I remember sitting in grade 9 health class and we were talking about goal setting, which at the time was not very exciting. But I remember them saying a word that I will never forget. And it's intrinsic. So intrinsic basically means something that's essential or belonging naturally inside of you. It's inherent, it's inborn. And when it comes to motivation, it comes from within. So extrinsic and extrinsic motivation is sometimes when we want to earn a reward or want recognition or we want to avoid punishment, which, and this is the takeaway from grade 9 health class, was an extrinsic motivation is not nearly as powerful as an intrinsic motivation. Something that's personally rewarding for us. So when I work with people, or when I think of myself even, things are not always easy. And I am not here to convince you of why you need something. You need to decide for yourself what that intrinsic motivation is for yourself. Maybe I should have picked a different word because I'm really struggling over this one. But when things get hard, what'll keep you going? I remember when I was wanting to lose weight back in 2012 or 2013, my motivation at the time was that I could be attractive. And after my 5th surgery in 2015, the doctor basically threatened beforehand that if we were going to have another one, they would have to remove my ovary. So I started eating different things and doing supplements, and that kind of started my personal health journey and self-development journey. And when I started my business, my motivation is because I want to help people in exactly the way I want to, without any restrictions or limitations, and build a world that I believe in. So when I think of my why and my motivation, I'll share it with you because to give you an idea of what an intrinsic motivation looks like. When I think about what I do, it's not about me, it's not even about the business or exactly all my clients that I work with. It's about creating a world where people feel safe to be who they really are. It's about kids coming into this world and them picking up at some point that they can't be who they really are, that they have to either be less of than who they really are in order to be loved, because it's not safe. And I don't want that for my children or my children's children or that next generation at all. I want my children, and I want everyone really, but especially my children, to be as big and as powerful and as expansive and larger than life and lit up and on fire as they can be. And I don't want them to hold themselves back, and I don't want them to settle for anything less than their truth in this world. Because I remember hiding my scars all through my life. I was ashamed of my body, and I was ashamed of how it felt broken and not normal compared to other girls. And I kept so much in terms of who I really was. I was afraid of being too much. I was afraid of making other people uncomfortable, that I ultimately felt unworthy of what I wanted if I was just myself. So in order for my kids to know that they can be safe to be who they really are, I need to show them that it's safe. They need models, and it's not just for me to live out. That's exactly what I want to help clients live out, is being who they really are and living up to their potential. And ultimately, the only way we can let it be safe is if we let it be safe for ourselves. So as I share that, that's my why. When I get in my own head or insecure or overanalyzing things, I remember that is why I do what I do. And I will, with clients and with you, I want to inspire you, I want to create awareness in you, I want to cheer you on, I want to support you, and I believe in you. But I'm not here to be motivating you, and I can't be the only one who sees something in you and feels something in you that you need to bring out. And we often so much easily act for external validation. We want to get the car, we want to get the house, we want to travel, and there's nothing wrong with any of those things. But is that enough? Is it enough for you to really keep things going? Because if your why is bigger than anything out there, then you are unstoppable. So I ask you, in terms of your motivation or your why for things, did you go through something that you just know it couldn't have happened for no reason? Do you see others struggling with something and you know how painful it is, and you have a story and you've been through something that can help them? Do you have something that breaks your heart in this world? And that motivation, that why and your potential comes from inside of you. It's intrinsic. And all I want to do is bring it out. So I ask you today and every single day, what is that fire that's burning in you? And it is safe to be who you really are and to burn with the truth of who you are.